Mechanic tries to scam me, receives public embarrassment in return. So I'm driving my Honda Civic to work last Tuesday when the check engine light comes on. Not flashing, just solid, but still annoying. I figure I'll stop by this shop on my way home called Pete's Auto because it's close, and I've driven past it a million times. The guy behind the counter looks like he hasn't showered in 3 days and immediately starts shaking his head when I tell him about the light. He doesn't even look under the hood or plug in the diagnostic tool. Just straight up tells me it's probably my transmission and that I'm looking at like $3,000 minimum to fix it. I'm thinking this dude must be joking. My car drives perfectly fine, shifts smooth, no weird noises, nothing. But he keeps going on about how these Hondas have transmission problems and how I'm lucky I caught it early before the whole thing explodes. Then he says he can do me a favor and give me a quote for $2,500 if I agree to the work right now. No diagnostic fee, he'll just get started tomorrow morning. He's being all pushy about it too, saying stuff like how I won't find a better deal anywhere else and how most places would charge me $4,000 for the same job. Here's the thing though, my dad's been a mechanic for like 30 years and taught me enough to know when someone's trying to screw me over. A check engine light doesn't automatically mean your transmission is dead, especially when everything else works fine. So I tell him I need to think about it and I'll call him tomorrow. He gets this annoyed look and starts going on about how he's doing me this huge favor with the price and I shouldn't wait because transmission problems only get worse. I just smile and leave. But I'm pissed because this guy obviously thinks I'm some clueless girl who doesn't know anything about cars. I drive straight to AutoZone and buy a code reader for like $30. Takes me 2 minutes to figure out the problem. It's just a loose gas cap. The seal was worn out and not creating proper pressure. Fixed it with a $5 part. But now I'm thinking about how this guy was ready to charge me thousands for a fake problem. So I decide he needs to learn a lesson. The next morning I call Pete's and tell him I want to bring my car in for the transmission work. I sound all worried and ask if he can look at it right away because I'm scared to drive it. He's suddenly super friendly and tells me to come in around lunch when it's busy. Perfect. I show up at 12:30 when the waiting room is packed with customers. I walk up to the counter where the same guy is standing and loudly ask if he's looked at my car yet for the transmission problem. He starts nodding and puts on this serious face, telling me how he ran diagnostics and confirmed that my transmission is completely shot. He's talking loud enough for everyone to hear about how dangerous it is to drive and how I need major work done immediately. That's when I pull out my phone and start recording. I ask him to show me exactly what's wrong with the transmission. He starts making up stuff about internal damage and how the fluid is contaminated. Then I ask him why my check engine light turned off after I replaced my gas cap yesterday. The look on his face was incredible, like he just got caught stealing from a church or something. He starts stuttering about how transmission problems can cause all kinds of issues including gas cap failures. So I pull out the old gas cap from my purse and set it on the counter. I tell him and everyone in the waiting room that this $5 part fixed my $2,500 transmission problem. The place goes completely silent. You can hear people shifting in their chairs and whispering to each other. One older guy stands up and asks if this shop tried to scam me out of thousands for a gas cap. I say yup, and that they never even ran any actual diagnostics. Just looked at my car and immediately claimed the transmission was dead. Now there's like 8 people all talking at once, asking each other if they're getting work done there and if they should leave. A couple people are already walking out the door. The mechanic is turning red and trying to explain that it was just a misunderstanding, but nobody's buying it. One woman says she's calling her husband to pick up their car before they touch anything else. I turn to leave and the guy grabs my arm asking me to delete the video. I pull away and tell him I'll think about it, just like I thought about his transmission quote. Posted the video on Facebook that night with the shop's name and location. By morning it had like 400 shares and the comments were brutal. People sharing their own stories about getting ripped off there, others warning their friends to stay away. Drove past Pete's Auto yesterday and there was a big going out of business sign in the window.